guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show y'all how to do a shipwreck tumbler. So I'm going to be working with a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts, and I'll put my link down in the description. I base painted it white from Rust-Oleum. I'll also have a link to the Amazon Rust-Oleum for that. And what I'm going to be doing, it's all going to be done with alcohol inks. So like about like here up is going to be like this wood grain shiplap kind of look, and then it's going to have some waves crashing up. So I'm going to be using some painter's tape, and then for the wood grain I have some Tim Holtz alcohol inks. I will put the link for these down in my description as well. These all came in a pack. It's the cabin cupboard pack, I believe, on Amazon. So I'm going to be using these for the wood grains along with this super cheap little spongy brush. And then for the waves, I'll be using my Picasso alcohol inks, and I'll put them down in my description as well. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So what I'm going to start doing is taking some pieces of this painter's tape, and I'm going to start creating my wood. So, and what I mean by that, I'm going to take my scissors, and I want my edges to be like perfect. So I am going to put my first piece of tape right here. So pretty much for right now, imagine that my blue tape right here are like boards. I'm just mapping them out. And they don't have to be the exact same size. One can be, you know, bigger than the other, smaller, whatever. But I'm going to skip, excuse me, but I'm going to skip just a little bit, just a little tiny skip right here. So like there's a board, here's a board, and I'm just going to keep doing that process until I get the look that I am going for. I want to cover to about right there, and I'm going to stagger them so it looks more like you know, boards. So now that this is covered how I want it to be, I'm going to go in with Tim Holtz alcohol ink in ginger, and I'm going to do the start of a wood grain. So I'm going to squirt some of this on my brush here and just go over everything. So what's going to be hit, of course, is where the tape has been cut off. Now I'm going to peel this off, and I would recommend using maybe electrical tape or something like that instead of the painter's tape, just because the alcohol, I think, made it come up really easy. But this is what I had on me, and this is, you know, not a big deal. Like, it's still workable. I can still work with it. So now that there's like a little bit of a board look going on, I'm going to go in with the lightest shade of this Tim Holtz pack, which is Latte. And I'm just going to put some on my little sponge here and go over everything that I just did. And I'm trying to make it kind of light, which is why I'm using the lightest color. But I'm probably going to go through, I'm going to look and see if there's a good color of my Arteza markers. See if there's a good brown in there that I can use to kind of go back through and touch up those spots. So I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I can see where the board, like the board lines were. So I'm just going to go in with this brown marker from Arteza and fill those in. Now I'm going to go over the entire thing again with my wood grain inks to kind of help blend those markers. So I actually sprayed some sealant on there because I went to try to just do some more wood grain to blend those markers, and I should have known, but it started to take it off. So I put some sealant over everything that I just did, and now it seems like it's going to let me add some more of a wood grain look without taking my little marker stripes away. So thank you, thank you. So now I'm going to go back in with this brown marker and I'm going to add what is going to be like nails to each corner of my boards here. So I'm just putting very small dots by every corner to make it look like nails. So I went ahead and put epoxy on it, and I have my Wagner heat gun here that I got from Amazon, and I'll make sure to put that, a link to that in my description. And I'm just going to hit this with some heat to not only pop some bubbles, but to warm up the epoxy so the alcohol ink will kind of like flow and blend better. So I've got 4 different alcohol inks here, and they're like different shades of blue. I have sapphire, just a regular blue, and turquoise. So I'm just going to start with the darkest, and I'm just going to put some drops here and there, and maybe I should scoot on this side so my hand doesn't get in the way. So I'm just going to put some drops here and there of each color. Now I'm going to go in with the blue. Now I'm going to add some turquoise. I'm going to add a little bit more of that darker blue. I'm just trying to get everything that's white covered, even though I'm going to be adding some white. I just want to get all of the white like paint covered. Okay, so now I'm going to hit that with a little bit of heat to blend it. So I took a little bit of the alcohol ink, the white, and I put it in some epoxy. And I'm going to try to do some waves that way, because it just wasn't really showing up enough like I wanted it to. So I'm just going to put some at like the water line is what I'm going to call it right here, because I want it to look more like it's crashing up against the wood. So let's see what that does. So now I'm going to let this spin until tomorrow and come back and show you what it looks like. My hair is something else. I look like a rooster. Before I go, like always, I have your cup of positivity for the day. And today's quote is, "Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming." So the next day, I have one coat of epoxy on here. And I think it looks okay. It looks pretty cool. Not like a lot of the other ones that I looked at. I don't think my white alcohol ink did a lot of justice like I wanted it to, but that is how you do the Shipwreck Tumbler, and I really hope I explained everything well, and I hope you guys can make one of your own. I think they do look pretty cool, even though it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to. I still like it. And I'll be giving it away for free, so yay, more free cups. Head on over to my Patreon page. It's Courtney's Customs VIP on Patreon, and go check it out. Join, and I'm about to give away a cup today, actually. By the time this video is posted, I probably already did it, but I gave away my St. Patrick's Day tumbler, and I'll be giving away like a bunch more. So head on over there and check it out. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video, and like always, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.